Yeah, let's hear some news about Warriors Path, shall we?
With more coastline than any country in the world, the nooks and crannies of the shores of northern Canada set the stage for a showdown between opposing fleets. Amidst the barren rocks and snow-capped peaks, only one team will remain unvanquished. This is Warriors Path. Warriors Path is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. To the west, Cap A has enough nearby island cover that it generally attracts at least one radar cruiser from each team. There is island cover within the cap that gives destroyers the options of entering and hunkering down to contest it, but it's exceptionally risky. Capture Area B is a difficult and challenging place to be in the early going of a game. Between radar and enemy aircraft, destroyers within the cap will be easily spotted. Though they have cover in the form of the tall island in the center of the cap, they risk being pinned down there if the opposing team is determined to find a way to wipe them out. Off to the east, the sea cap offers solid cover for friendly cruisers along the northwestern and southwestern edges, but precious little inside the cap itself. The long, narrow channel to the east that connects C and B is a frequent place to see pushes occur in the mid to late game, depending on the board position of each team. Warriors Path has a long and storied history within the tournament, having produced many close and competitive games. It begs the question, what memorable plays and matches will result this time around? 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Warriors Path.
We are loading in and... Alright, let me switch to the game overlay. Boop. Start this. There we go. Alright, we're probably in for some really good game. We'll see. Warriors Path is a difficult map to play in competitive. Even in randoms, let alone competitive. Because it can really, really leave your ass in the breeze. Hanging in the breeze. If you try something. It can get really, really close and personal or too far. Okay, so for MDT, we have 1 Montana, 1 Kremlin. We have a Des Moines, a Henry, a Zhao again, a Stalingrad, Yu Yang, and Z52. That is something I haven't seen in a long time. Sure, you occasionally see a Z52, but Yu Yang hasn't really been used since a while now. I mean, it got kind of nerfed. There's no carriers, so I'm guessing they're carrying the radar. We'll see how that works out for them. For the MMI side, we have a Yamato, Kremlin, Des Moines, Worcester, Stalin, 2 Smolensk, and 2 Gearings. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 radars, a lot of Daka, DDs, and really good battleships. Versus only, 2 radars, Hydro, potentially 3 radars. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, so they're sending both Henrys on A side. I'm guessing that this is going to be their play area. They're sending Z52 in A, probably going to try to bunker behind this island. I would expect some sort of a battleship support from this or this area. We'll see. Looks like Kremlin and Stalin. So that's 5 out of 9 ships going on one side. Yu Yang is going into B, nice and slow. He's not reversing in, but Montana will probably stick to this area here. Zhao will maybe go wide, and Des Moines is going to stay either here or here or here. We'll see. So, looks like the MDT wants to make a play on the A side, because they're sending a lot of ships and a lot of really strong ones as well. Hydro, radar, really strong push, Kremlin. Yeah, they're definitely going to try to push A. Which comes down to MMI. Can they realize that MDT really does not have a lot of power in B and C? Even though they are gonna take B, shots are coming in. 2k, well, 1.5k, that's really nothing. That's like 1 overpen, and they lost the cap. So that radar was not really utilized that good. But they don't have the stopping power here. This guy does not have a smoke screen for his team. Des Moines can be overmatched from the front. Zhao does not have a lot of HP. He needs to play stealthy. And Montana is not exactly about tanking battleship. While she can do so, she's more of a let's move around and shoot. So what MMI needs to do is they need to take really strong control of C, get here, push these dudes away, if possible get a couple of casualties for the MDT side, and try to remain on this position, go inside, cap B, and establish this kind of control, or let's put it like this kind of control. So they have B and C in their possession with a lot of islands, and that they can retreat either of the flanks if need be and kind of reinforce the middle. That's what they need to do if the push is happening on the A side from MDT, and I believe it is, but we'll see. Z52 has its hydro running. There's no other way these torpedoes would be detected that soon. He is detected himself, so I'm guessing that's Des Moines radar. He needs to get to us, and then he will be out of radar range, if it is Des Moines who's radaring, of course. Oh, meanwhile, Stalingrad is gonna have some fun. 2 Smolensk, my dudes. If both of those Smolensk are there, and it doesn't look like they are, I think this is firepower from just one of them. This guy would be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so Smolensk, Des Moines, Yamato, and 1 gearing. While they have a gearing... Okay, they're realizing. Yuyang drops the radar on the gearing. Even opens up on the gearing when the Kremlin is this close. Okay, Mr. Kremlin, are you gonna do something about that? Well, we'll see. No smacks have happened so far. Meanwhile, we can see the HP bar continuously being dropped for Sir Jack of MDT on ACAP, and they will continue to shell him more and more. Des Moines is losing a lot of HP from the second Smolensk. So they have 1 Smolensk on each side, 1 battleship on each side, 1 radar basically on each side, and 1 DD on each side, while Stalingrad is kind of in the middle. Alright. The push has begun, but they need to make a stronger push here. I'm just not sure how they're gonna push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 ships are missing. One is the gearing, which is here. That's 8. And Worcester hasn't been detected. Worcester could be with this Smolensk here, but that's not a lot of pushing power. That's more of a let's stop and shoot kind of power. So I'm not sure they picked the proper composition to push over C, but of course, how could they know that that's what they're gonna need to do? Alright, well, it is gonna be a bit of a stalemate. MDT has kept B since the beginning of the game, and they have taken A. So that's already 80 points advantage. Oh, that snipe! Did you see that snipe? Did you see that 27 kilometer snipe over the hills and far, far away? Oh my god, I can't really blame him. I honestly can't really blame him. Who the hell would have expected that shot? Good shot there by Alessandro. That puts one of the radars down for MDT completely. And suddenly that advantage they had of 2 caps to 1 and 80 points advantage is not so big. It's only 10 point advantage, still 2 caps to 1, but 1 ship down, which is also 1 hydro and 1 radar. And they are, what, 10,000 HP less? Now they have commenced the A push. They realize, okay, suddenly the side that was already relatively weak is weaker even further. We need to make something happen on this side, and they're gonna go crazy. This Z is probably gonna try to get that Smolensk in hydro range. Funny enough, if he gets like here somewhere, he's gonna hydro both of these smoke screens, and this Z52 is gonna really, really be dangerous. Unless that Des Moines can push him away. Oh, the gearing is not gonna have any of that, but if they can catch this Smolensk, that might be nice. 2 Henrys and Kremlin. Do I even need to tell you how long this Smolensk is gonna live if he gets caught? I don't think he realizes that he's gonna get caught. They are resetting the gearing. They are kind of realizing the danger here. They're starting to extract. I think this Smolensk is just left for dead. Oh, Daddy Kremlin. Big smack there. Goodbye. You'll not extract. Smolensk gets detected as he's trying to pull away. Let's see if 2 Henrys can murder this. Okay, so Des Moines for Yama. Not too bad. Not too bad. And it is the Yama that actually smacked Des Moines. So not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. The only question is now, which of these 2 teams will be able to extract their flank better? Can MDT murder everything that's on A side? Or can MMI actually extract from A? And can MMI murder everything that's on C side from MDT? Or can MDT extract successfully? For now, Smolensk gets away, and that's very disappointing actually for MDT. I can't believe they actually let that happen. Not sure if they can still see the gearing. I don't think so. Worcester on the other side manages to kill Yuyang. So for now, MMI is in the lead again. 2 ships to 1. This Zhao will probably escape. I'm not too sure about the Montana though. So MMI is still kind of in the lead. Kind of. HP wise, they're pretty much identical in total HP pools. But this is, like I said, this is going to come down to which team can take their side more effectively and make the enemy bleed more. Right now, this Henry is looking very, very low. But that Des Moines cannot extract. That Des Moines will definitely go down. The only question is, will they lose Smolensk and gearing with that Des Moines as well? Because that guy is left for dead. However, they might pull off yet another kill. Can he escape? I don't think so. 600, still on fire. More shots coming. Henry goes down. So right now, MMI is looking really, really good. Even though they didn't hold 2 caps for this entire time and they only held 1, they are still looking good on points, even better. And they're just trading better. They're simply trading better. The ships they are losing will all be on the defensive side. They didn't lose anyone on the offensive side, while MDT is actually losing ships on both sides. The ones running and the ones pushing. 9 minutes to go, that's plenty of time. I think yet another ship is gonna go down by MDT. He's gonna probably try to drop some torpedoes, or is he gonna go for the ram? I would not go for the ram, but ram it is! That's another MDT ship dead. Some torpedoes get caught on the Kremlin. Oh god, everything is falling apart for MDT really, really quickly. They are just losing ship after ship after ship, and they can't really compensate in any other fact besides we held B for 12 minutes, so we're not falling back on points. But so far we've seen a couple of games where one team was holding 2 caps to 1, had plenty of advantage in points, and still lost the game because they lost all the ships. What is that range? Whew. Well, they did manage to push and take the A cap here. They are still keeping B in their control. However, their ships are all relatively low. Maybe they can claim this Kremlin. They will lose B cap eventually because it's not the Kremlin that's holding the points. It's the gearing or Smolensk. Smolensk probably here, or yeah, gearing over there. So B does eventually fall. Now MMI has the point advantage, cap advantage, ship advantage, HP advantage. And they kill another ship! More torpedoes on the Kremlin. That's actually a trade, but they still have 2 ships advantage. They don't have any battleships left, but I'm not sure how much value this Montana is going to be able to do. Well, I mean, she can smack 2 Smolensk and Worcester pretty easily. Gearing is detected. Uh-oh. Gearing allowed himself to get caught by the sea. Oh, there goes the gearing. That's a really good catch and a saving grace for Z52 and MDT if he doesn't die. If he dies, then that was not really worth it. Not sure if he is in radar range, but not sure if he is radared. I guess we'll see soon enough. If he can stay alive at any given point in time throughout this game, uh-oh. Oh, that's 600 and a fire. Does he have a Democon? No Democon. That Z52 is gonna go down. If they did manage to save the Z52, then this gearing would be in a lot of problem. And if a Montana pushes in with some vision, she can just blab Smolensk left, right, and center. This is turning out to be a really, really good game. I don't think this Zao is gonna last much longer, because 40,000 HP and not as particularly good armor versus HE spammer? Yeah. So he's gonna go down for sure. And they're already so far behind. This Zao was the last ace in the sleeve, because he was pretty much full HP through the entire game, playing it careful, and they did not manage to use him whatsoever there. Stalingrad is now encircled, facing a full HP Stalingrad. The best he can hope for is some sort of a trade, but that's never gonna happen. And then they're down to this Montana, which is getting maybe? Now or never. Now or never. He's gonna beach to shoot. Can he smack at least one of these dudes with a combination of these torpedoes? I did see some hits. Smolensk is running away. Torpedoes run out of range. Stalingrad has fallen. It is now down to Montana, and that's pretty much over for MDT. I gotta say, it was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game, but a lot of things kind of fell apart in the extraction here. Like, 2 things that happened, one completely unexpected, which is kind of the domino where it started, and the second kind of failure for MDT. First, Des Moines got smacked a lot sooner than he should have, and then that Z52 was somehow way too slow to catch the Smolensk in the smoke. If they caught that Smolensk and killed him, this game could have went differently. I would really love to know the damage of that Smolensk, because he survived the entire game. Or this one, I'm not sure. He survived the entire game, and he pretty much just won this. He shot a lot of ships, and that really strong push that happened from the MDT was not as successful. They traded a couple of ships to get control of that. Yes, they kept beat through the entire duration, but they failed to kill everything or push everything completely away from their side. Which means once they start interacting with the other group, who was a lot more successful than theirs would, they did not have enough HP pool and not enough ships to actually stop that. Their Yu Yang got caught, their Des Moines got sniped, their Zao was useless. So that seaside was really what costed them this game in the combination with not as effective as you would like to be, your pushing side to be. And slowly but surely, MMI just got a hold of this. So well played to them.